Hey guys and girls, how we all doing? It's Scottish Truck Driver, and as promised, I am here with a Q&A video. I'll be honest with you guys, I have tried filming this 6 times and there's been something different that's happened each time that's made me have to re-film this. So, gonna do this in one take and hopefully everything goes right. So, I'm gonna start off the questions first through YouTube. So I asked you guys on one of the videos, if you, on the booze run, if you could send some questions. Now, excuse the fact that the cats are going to be wandering about the shop. They've just woke up, so yeah, they'll be fine. Right, so this is on the booze run daily vlog 104. So the first question I got asked was from Neil Meacham, who asked, was it Mager or Preston? Which brewery was you at? And the answer was the answer is InBev in Preston. So when you come off the M6, I can't remember exactly what junction it is. There is you go up the hill, turn right, turn round the roundabout, there's a service area, you turn left, and it's about half a mile along that road on the right hand side. If there is any new drivers watching that are going there, your sat nav, depending on what sat nav you use, when you're going up that hill, it might try and take you along the turning on the right hand side, so just be careful, because I think it's like a 14-foot bridge halfway up the hill on the right. Anyway, so what was it? Neil Calder asked, what was the t-shirt you were wearing? So the t-shirt I was wearing was a Squadron t-shirt from Machrihanish in Northern Ireland. So I was part of the Air Cadets for 5.5, 6 years, and went to a lot of camps, one of them being RAF, Joint Helicopter Command Aldergrove, which got called Machrihanish or Mac. And we got given t-shirts. That t-shirt was from 2010. If there is anyone watching that's maybe under the age of 15, I would highly encourage you getting involved with the Air Training Corps or Army Cadets or Sea Cadets. I learned a lot of discipline, and I done a lot of amazing things, going flying, gliding, shooting, various camps. So yeah, if you have the chance of, if you're young enough, or if you've got kids and want to get them towards the sort of military side, then I would highly encourage the Air Training Corps, or Army or Sea Cadets, but Air Training Corps is the best. Right, next is on the next video, which was the kicked off the site. I'm sorry, I'm looking at my phone. I will never be able to remember half these questions off the top of my head. The majority of that was just people commenting about the guy and his rude attitude. Now, I used to be really, really hot-headed in the way that I would react. So I would just fly off the handle, shout and swear, and kind of expect that to work. Whereas now, a bit older and wiser, it just doesn't work. So, you smile, you nod, which just don't really sort of arise to the situation. Had I rose to it, then maybe the company would have phoned Pollock and gone, your driver's just been incredibly rude to one of our staff. Without knowing the situation, Pollock may have taken that into a bad light. Will you stop it, please? Thank you. They may have disciplined me, fired me, or worst case scenario, Pollock would have maybe lost the contract that I was on because of my behaviour. So it's gonna suck at times, when people are like that, but just smile and nod. It winds them up more. You get more satisfaction out of it, just knowing that, you know, they're looking for a reaction. So, that was that video. And right down the bottom, because I'm a fan with X's in between, said, getting the impression that it's a case of Pollux is better than nothing, but it won't be forever. You are 100% correct. Pollux for me is just about gaining experience. It's not going to be a forever job. I'm trying to get minimum of sort of 2 years doing class 1 work before sort of going and applying for full-time jobs that I want. The end goal, perhaps, I would love to do European tramping. At the moment I am single. I've only got these two to worry about. No children, so for me it makes a perfect time for me to go and do what I want to do before meeting someone, settling down and having kids. So for me, I would love to do European tramping if I get the opportunity to. If there is anybody watching that knows of companies that hire European trampers in the UK, please let me know who to try and contact. I have done left-hand drive experience in Europe with a Sprinter and a right-hand drive Crafter, so I do know a fair bit about European work. But, hey, right, next one was on the my truck broke down. Just was this one question? Good video. Asked for a new Scania off Pollux, and then so I'm sure you guys would probably love to see a Scania, you know, a V8 rolling down the road, me driving it. Because let's be honest, everyone loves Scanias. For me, I don't really get the hype. I'm really sorry to say it, but I'm not a huge Scania fan. I've not driven a next gen Scania, but I've driven a 2004 plate, not a V8. It doesn't really matter to me, to be honest. A truck's a truck at the end of the day. I'm there to make a living. I'm sure with every single company there is brown noses that will demand a specific truck and go off in an absolute wobbler if they don't get one. So for me, I don't really care what I drive. I think that's become quite evident. I'll have a moan about it to you guys, but for the sake of, you know, Pollux, I'm just like, yeah, that's fine, I'll just drive that. If there is something deeply wrong with it, then I will say something, but just because it's not a Scania doesn't mean I'm not going to drive it. So that was by Neil Meacham again. Paddy's Trucking. Does Pollux provide no clothing, t-shirts, etc.? They do, mate, but unfortunately during this, I'm not even going to mention this pandemic that we're going through, it's just a case of they don't have, the company that provides the uniform don't have any, well, they're not open, so I can't get any uniform. I know it looks really unprofessional driving about, you know, with work clothes or non-work clothes each day, but my general attire anyway for when I go to work is quite similar to Pollux. I wear sort of, you would have seen sort of darker blue trousers and usually a polo shirt or t-shirt. Pollux uniform is dark blue trousers and a red t-shirt with Pollux written on the breast bit here. I spend 90% of my life in work clothes anyway, from the previous jobs that I've done. Like I bought a set of jeans all of 3 months ago and I still haven't worn them yet. I don't even know if they fit now, to be honest. So and then the next one was the nearly running out of time video. Again, I can only apologise about the audio footage. I thought there was audio on that clip, when I was doing the editing process. I may have got it, well, I've got it wrong, so I can only apologise, but a lot of you've said that you like the driving forward view with me talking, so I'll happily do that, and that kind of alleviates the issue, because on the video of, which video was it? The how I knew, was it how I knew? No, I think it was the UPS argument. I used the other camera I've got and the external microphone, and there was a delay, and no matter how much in editing I tried to get rid of that delay, I couldn't, and that's the best I could do. So even if it's talking forward and talking into the other microphone, I'll happily do that if you guys want to. Let me know below. So I think that was mostly, and some of these like the longer videos. Okay, it's good to know. I like when you guys give me comments and you tell me what you like, rather than me trying to guess. At least if I've got like a vague area to shoot in, of, alright, you want maybe 20-minute videos. The videos I've been kind of doing at the moment that are being, between like 15 and 25 minutes. It's just one of those where you can watch it on a break, or it's not something you need to pay extreme attention to. That was the kind of thought process behind what I'm doing at the moment. Just the shorter ones, but if you want longer ones, I'll happily do longer ones. The amount of footage that I compress is unreal. Right, so next on to Instagram. Again, if you don't follow me, it's the Scottish Truck Driver. Yeah, a lot of people don't have Instagram, but so go on to the post, and the first comment was from Scott Walker 7RFC. If anyone is on Instagram, he is a Stuart Nickel driver. Posts some really nice pictures of some of the Stuart Nickel trucks that he drives. He asked what reg did you serve with. I'm assuming that's because of the t-shirt I was wearing, so unfortunately, Stuart, I haven't served with the military. I would have loved to, be an RAF driver, but that never happened, so it was in the Air Training Corps. Ross Johnson 94, what's it like driving all over the country? Do you enjoy it? I don't do as much distance work as I used to do, unfortunately. I'm now, Preston's the furthest south that I've gone, or Leeds. Kind of on the same sort of line. Nothing below, Manchester, Leeds, that sort of line there. I used to do Wales for the last company I worked for, Hereford, down the M5. But I love it. I really do. What other jobs do you know where you get such a good job satisfaction of picking something up, transporting it and delivering it? You're seeing the complete start to finish, whereas like working in an office, you're just sitting behind a desk punching in numbers into a computer. Especially on the Aberdeen run that I did, really nice scenery. I'm sure it was like 16 degrees that day. Windows down, sunroof open, blaring a bit of 30 Seconds to Mars or a bit of David Guetta. You can't beat it, to be honest. Yeah, so that's why I love my job, just for the fact that I suppose with politics as well, you just sort of get left to your own devices, and as long as you don't bugger up too much and get the load there on time, they're happy. So that was those two questions. Now, I should say I done this on my own social media. I will be making a Facebook page for the Scottish Truck Driver, and I have a friend that will be helping me along with that and sort of managing it, as I'm not always going to be around to be able to answer messages, etc. So hopefully within the next couple of weeks I'll have a Facebook page that you guys will be able to see a bit more regular updates on. As I know a lot of people don't use Instagram, but everyone uses Facebook. So the questions I got asked was one question from or two questions from Mr. Charleston. Longest all round drive you've been? HGV wise, I would say London and back. London in a class 2 for a sound and vision company that I was booked through an agent, one of the best agencies I've ever worked for. And class 1 would be probably Hereford, off the M5, delivering bits of scrap, well, not scrap, it's like aluminium that gets refined, and then picking up the metal bins to come back up to Leeds, and then back up to Edinburgh. So that was the longest 2 drives I've done. In a van, as I said, I've used to doing Europe, so so many places that I've visited that, yeah, I mean down like south of France, south of Spain, Italy, take your pick. Nicest scenery on a drop off. Gotta say the Inverness, no, the Peterhead delivery was actually quite nice. Sitting looking out over the North Sea. I've dropped off to a farm just off the A66, which is the road that runs between Penrith and Scotch Corner. Sorry about that, I don't think here. I know when I'm on the road what road it is. Yeah, delivered a farm off there and you're just looking right out into the countryside. Really nice farm actually. So yeah, I would say there was probably the two that have kind of stand out at the moment. Like this one's from Shane, and he's asked quite a few questions. I believe Shane is a bus driver at the moment that is looking towards getting his class 2 and then hopefully his class 1. What kind of truck do you drive? So Pollux at the moment have a huge fleet, so we've got MENs, DAFs, Scanias, Mercedes Benz, and I'm forgetting another brand of truck that they've got. DAFs, Scanias, MENs, Mercedes. I'm missing. Is that 4? Only 4. I'll remember at some point. So yeah, as I said, I'm happy to drive anything. I really do favour. This is your second question. What's your favourite type of truck to drive? I really do favour a Volvo FH. I just think that the cab design is laid out a lot better than Iveco's. That's the other one that they've got. I find that the cab design is a lot better in a Volvo. The way that it's laid out, just everything's there in front of you, compared to like a MEN DAFs. I'll see what the new DAF is like. I believe because they haven't changed it in God knows how long. Yeah, Volvo would certainly be the better brand of truck that I would say that I really do enjoy driving. It's not got a true flat floor. There's a lip about that size, but in like the MENs and the DAFs, the lip's about that size, so it's not that bad. How long did it take you to pass your test? So my class 2, from start of pressing the button on the DVLA's website for getting the provisional paperwork to being able to drive a class 2, I would say took about 3 months, all in. It's just the amount of time you've got to wait backwards and forwards from the DVLA to get your paperwork, etc. So it takes up the time, but I would say around about 3 months. And for the class 1, I'm sure I made a phone call to CTTS, Bathgate. If anyone doesn't know them, based in Bathgate, Really nice trucks, really good or trainers, all ex-military, so they have a bit of a laugh with you as well. Yeah. I think I put a phone call into them on like a Tuesday. Got a phone call just to say, look, I'm looking to get my class 1. Done my class 2 6 months ago. Can you advise me next spot? Oh, we've got a spot in 3 weeks time. Okay, I'll book that. I had a little bit of money, and a week and a half later they phoned me and said, right, we've actually had the cancellation. Do you want to bring it back? Do you want this week coming up? Yeah, sweet. So I ended up getting my class 2 from the phone call I made to them in a class 1, sorry, phone call made to them in under 3 weeks. And that was Monday to Thursday training, and then Friday in for my test first thing in the morning, and thankfully passed. How much did it cost for your tests? So your class 1, you're probably looking, for me, would say between 15 and 1600 quid, somewhere in that ballpark. I can't give an exact amount, but between 15 and 1600, I would say, after you've paid for your provisionals. God, it's been that long. Provisionals, theories, lessons, test fee, CPC, yeah, tachograph card, etc. I would say between 15 and 1600 quid. And I will point out, I probably made the money back on that within 3 months, if that, probably closer to. And the class 1, I'm sure is about 1200 quid for my class 1, and it was Monday to Thursday, and then passed on the Friday. Should say, as I said, if you have passed your class 2 within a certain amount of time, you've still got the provisional entitlement on your license, so that then allows you, after, was it a year it's valid for, 2 years it's valid for the provisional, that you can go and then do your class 2, and you won't have to go and reset your theories. If there was anything different during the test process, what would you do differently? Anything different? I wouldn't say there was anything different. I would say that they maybe need to add another reversing exercise into the test. You've got the snaky one for the class 1, where you snake back like that in an S shape. I would say that they probably need one where you have to reverse into a right hand into a bay. There's a lot of drivers, when you don't really do that much reversing as for your test. It's the same with like a car and bike. You're only there to pass a test. It's only when you actually pass the test that you properly learn how to drive. But maybe they could add another reverse exercise in it to help you on your way to learning. Any advice for someone wanting a truck license? Do it. 100% do it. If you've already got the notion in your head of I want to drive a HGV, go and do it. 100%. You will thank me for trying to egg you on. I've got friends that are in the same boat at the moment that are like, oh, I don't know about it. See, even if you do your class 2 and then decide after 6 months this isn't for me and go and do something completely different, you've still got it on your license. You can come back to it. At the moment with this pandemic that's going on, there's a lot of people that have been, paid off that maybe have like a grandfather rights on their license, or they have a class 2 that are going to do store deliveries. It's something good to fall back on, if you aren't convinced this is going to be thing for you. Read up as much advice, or read up as much as you can online. Practice theories, always the best way. And if you can, I was fortunate enough in the position that my father worked for Enterprise, so I was able to go into the yard after hours and be able to do reversing manoeuvres, help him tidy up their yard because he was quite slammed with work. So I was able to help, learning how to control a truck. So if you know someone that drives a Class 2, go out for a day with them. Ask, can I sit in the passenger seat and, learn if you're on the fence about doing your license, then go out for someone with a Class 2 for a day. Right, that's there. What is the hardest thing about trucking? Just remembering your times, to be honest, both your working time and your driving time. You'll go into sites where, you might have issues reversing onto a bay. Everyone does it. Or there might be access issues that, you struggle to get your truck where you need to. Or you might have really aggressive staff that think that they can speak down to you. It's all part and parcel of the job. There's got to be a downside of some points, and that's only 3 that I can really think of with HGVs. Transport managers that don't know what they're doing either. That does happen, but just get on with it. How hard is it finding work after you pass as a new driver? So, I've seen mixed things about passing after you've, finding work. There is a lot of these companies that will finance your HGV license and then will push you into work. You can go that route, but then you're maybe paying an extra £1,000 on top of what you're doing, of what you would cost you to get your license by yourself, and like the percentage that they take. And you're not always guaranteed to get work at the end of it. My advice to any drivers that are wanting to go and do your Class 2, Class 1, more Class 2 to be honest with you, sign up with a few agencies. As I said, I signed up, I was already with agencies before going to do my Class 2 license, so I was doing van driving work just to get a feel of what it was like. I've been doing that for years, so the agencies already knew me quite well, knew how I worked, and then when I said about getting my Class 2, I will try and get you some work, and sign up with about 3-4 different agencies. Don't be scared to go in, and you're a number on their books to start with, but once they start to get to know you, you bend backwards for them sometimes, like doing your extra day. Usually get a good rapport with an agency and they'll push you into more and more work. And then once you do get into work and go to different companies, then, if you get on well, the company likes you, they're asking for you back by first name, a relationship's formed, then you might end up, getting a full-time job. It's the dream way of doing it. But certainly I would say 3 or 4 different agencies, you can play them off against each other and going, well, no, they've offered me a shift for today for £14 an hour, but this agency here is offering me Monday to Friday at £12 an hour. You'd obviously go for the one that's Monday to Friday, it's more money. Don't chase the money. That's, I think, maybe the biggest rabbit hole that people get down when they first start. I've just paid £1,600 for my Class 2, I need to make money back. It will come, honestly. Just as long as you're making, a decent amount a week, you just put a little bit aside in a pot and go, right, well, that's paying or the money back if you've borrowed it off like a friend or family, for getting your Class 2. But as I said, I paid the money back when about 2-3 months. So yeah. But guys, that's been all the questions that I have had. So from the various social medias, and yeah, that's all the questions I've had. So hopefully there'll be a bit more content over the next... No, it's not. My mistake. So I done a competition or a challenge, is to do how quickly can a Class 1 driver do up all the curtains. Now, there was only one person that replied and done a video, and his name is Dazzer the Trucker. I will link his YouTube in the description below. If you can give him his channel a check out. If you're right on his latest video, well done from the Scottish truck driver. He is the winner, so well done, Dazzer. I do have some more stuff lined up. I'll try and involve more than just curtainside Class 1 drivers. It'd be nice to do Class 1 and Class 2. I'll try and think of some challenges. It was just something a little bit different to bring some sort of, if anyone is working, bit of humour, bit of competitiveness. Only one person applied, so that's the trucker, well done. So that's going to be it for me, guys. I have been the Scottish truck driver. If you've enjoyed my video here, please leave a like. If you're new to, if you've just found me, please consider subscribing. At the current moment, we are on 910 subscribers, so I'm 90 away from my lifetime goal of getting 1,000 subscribers. Leave a comment if there's anything else that you want to ask, and I'll try and reply over some form of social media. And if you've enjoyed it, give it a like. But from me to now, guys, I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone that's been watching this, and I hope everyone is staying safe. See you later.